Hey everyone, imagine if just a few narrow sea routes could control the flow of almost the entire world's trade. Sounds powerful, right? In today's lecture, we'll explore strategic choke points, these critical maritime passages through which nearly 80 to 90% of global trade moves. So let's understand their importance and global impact. Strategic maritime choke points are narrow sea passages that connect major oceans and carry a large share of global trade, especially oil and essential goods. Since nearly 80% to 90% of world trade moves by sea, these routes act as critical bottleneck in the global supply chain. Any disruption due to accidents, conflicts, or piracy can lead to delays, rising costs, and global shortages, thereby faltering the whole of the global economy. Located in sensitive regions, these choke points play a key role in economic stability, energy security, and international relations, making their smooth functioning essential for global trade. Now, the first choke point is Strait of Hormuz. So, dear students, the Strait of Hormuz is located between Iran and Oman, connecting the Persian Gulf with the Arabian Sea. It is the most important oil transit choke point in the world, with nearly 20% of global oil trade passing through it daily. This region is strategically sensitive due to geopolitical tensions, especially involving Iran and Western countries. Iran has repeatedly threatened to block the strait during conflicts, which could lead to a sharp rise in global oil prices. The strait is very narrow, about 33 km wide at its narrowest point, making navigation risky and vulnerable to military disruptions. Now, the second one is Strait of Malacca. The Strait of Malacca is located between Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore and links the Indian Ocean with the South China Sea. It is one of the world's busiest shipping routes, carrying vital trade between East Asia and regions such as Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. A significant portion of China's and Japan's energy imports pass through this route, making it strategically vital. However, it is very narrow in some sections, as little as 2.7 kilometers, increasing risk of collisions, piracy, and congestion. Any blockage would force ships to take longer routes via Indonesia, increasing cost and delays. Now, the third one is Suez Canal. The Suez Canal in Egypt connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea, eliminating the need to sail around the Cape of Good Hope. It carries about 12% of global trade and is especially important for oil, LNG, that is liquefied natural gas, and container shipping. The Suez Canal is fully man made, making it vulnerable to accidents and blockages. The 2021 Ever Given incident disrupted global trade, causing massive losses. It is also politically sensitive, highlighted by events like the Suez Crisis that happened in 1956. Now, the another choke point is Panama Canal. So, dear students, the Panama Canal connects the Atlantic Ocean with the Pacific Ocean, cutting across Central America. It is vital for trade between the east and west coast of America, as well as between Asia and the US East Coast. The canal uses lock to lift ships, limiting vessel size, though the 2016 expansion allows larger Neo-Panamax ships. It remains efficient but faces challenges like capacity limits and freshwater shortages. Now, the next one is Bab el Mandeb Strait. The Bab el Mandeb Strait between Yemen and Djibouti links the Red Sea to the Gulf of Aden and is a vital route for Europe Asia trade via the Suez Canal. A large volume of oil and commercial shipping passes through this strait. However, it is highly vulnerable due to regional instability, including the Yemen conflict and piracy near Somalia. Any disruption here can directly affect traffic through the Suez Canal. Now moving on to see the Bosphorus Strait. The Bosphorus Strait in Turkey links the Black Sea to the Mediterranean and is crucial for exports from Russia, Ukraine, and other Black Sea nations, especially oil, grain, and natural gas. The strait runs through Istanbul, making it one of the world's busiest and most dangerous waterways due to sharp turns and heavy traffic. Its strategic importance has increased during conflicts like Russia-Ukraine war, affecting global food and energy supply. And now the last one is Strait of Gibraltar. So dear students, the Strait of Gibraltar lies between Spain and Morocco, connecting the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea. It acts as a main gateway for ships entering or leaving the Mediterranean region. Though wider than some other choke points, its importance lies in its strategic location, controlling access to major ports in Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. It also holds military significance, being monitored by NATO and European powers. So, with this, dear students, I hope you have understood the concept. If you have enjoyed learning with me, do subscribe to my YouTube channel UPSC Simplified by Anika, and don't forget to hit the like button for this video. Thanks for watching.